Okay, so I have decided to start recording a review of the SPY market on a daily basis based on my knowledge. I think that this would do me good, and maybe it'll do other people good, to hear somebody's perspective on how the market is going. And this also is going to share my insights on how to trade it. So, as you can see, um, I trade off of extremes, high agreements, as we call them, and low agreements. So for this, you have a major supply zone and a major demand zone. Okay. When I came to the chart, it was around 1010, and this was the zone at the time. There's a lot of consolidation here, a lot of wicks. But if I were to take a trade in all of this, this would be the most recent top, which is right by VWAP, which makes it even stronger. But I did not. When I came to the chart, I was like, I did not want to try to take a trade to the downside because of all the wicks here. And I didn't want to take a trade to the upside. So basically, what I wanted to do was wait till the price got outside of the trading range that existed at the time I came in. As I said, it was around 1010. So I set an alarm below this spot, an alarm for the price to come above this spot. Okay. When this alarm sounded, I went ahead and set a an alarm for here just in case it actually went up, further than it did, and maybe even closed above VWAP, but it did not. So I still wasn't looking to trade. Um, so it does push away, and when it pushed away, I went ahead and set my alarm, expecting it to go up further. Um, at 11 o'clock, exactly 11 o'clock, I had a meeting. So I left a little bit early in order to go to the meeting. So I wasn't here when the price pushed down through the zone. But even if I were, seeing as though it doesn't hesitate or it doesn't close beyond the zone until it gets here, I wouldn't be looking for a trade until it came back to here. Now, my meeting was from 11 to 11:30. Well, 10 to it's 11 to 11:30, my time, which is what's denoted here. So basically, all the time between here, probably about 10:55, all the way to about 11:34, something like that. All this price action I never even saw. So I'm evaluating now what I would have done if the price had to do what it did, and I was watching. So this here becomes a new, this one here becomes a new major demand zone. So that's the new major demand zone. So basically, I'm looking for, if I'm going to trade off of this first previous major zone, now minor zone, then I'm looking for the price to respect and repel from here. So this would be zone candle, but no reverse. So this could be considered zone candle with a reversal. No confirmation, so this becomes reversal. Confirmation, absolutely, positively no entry. Um, Even if there was an entry, my take profit would be, since we have bias candle structure on the 5 minute chart, my take profit would be here. Now, what I want whenever I trade, I learned from one of my coaches, is 20 cents of SPY value. This looks like it was there. 81 to 55, that's more than 20 cents of SPY value from the halfway point. So if that showed a good entry, um, then I would have done it. This thing gapped up above the opening of the confirmation candle, so there was no way that I would have taken this trade. Okay, so what about the upside? Well, if you consider this a zone candle, which I don't know how you could, and this a reversal, this would be a good confirmation candle, except for our old, um, our old um, take profit point is looming right there. So let's say, well, we see that price has closed above and below that point, so it's probably going to close above, right? All right. What about this here? That would be the next take profit. And again, you take the quadrant tool. Oops. You take the quadrant tool and map out the trade itself. It is clearly skewed where the entry would have been, even if the entry candle behaved properly. Um, so you have more to lose than you have to gain. So this would have been a no for me also. And because it has passed below and passed above, this is no longer an area to look at to trade off of. Okay, so now we have the price coming all the way up here. Now I set my alarms 10 cents from the zone. That would have been right around, yeah, 80, so it would have been around 60. So 80 to 70 to 60. That would have been right there. We got pretty close to setting my alarms off, but it did not set my alarm off. So I never came back to the computer until price got back down to here. I remember coming back and watching this. So let's see what that trade looks like, or what that opportunity looks like. That's here. It set my alarm off here, and it went back up, passed through the zone. I would have set, because since we have sort of a bias, yeah, we have a bias candle structure between here and here, between this area here and this area here. My take profit, if it had showed, um, the take profit I had set when I was evaluating was here. This swing high on the one hand. That's what 30, there's 31 cents of room. So if it had turned around here and come back up, I would have taken that trade and would have seen if it had I would have seen if it worked or not. But since it didn't, it went right through and it formed the newest major demand zone here. Now I'm willing to take a trade as it comes back up to this point, but it never came back to retest it. So I let that go, let the alarm let the alarm stand. And what ended up happening was that the price came away and it just stayed away. It didn't come up to the major supply zone, it didn't go down to the major demand zone. So that ended my trading day. So um my first video that I recorded was about a trade that I did take. On this particular day, I took no trade and I was happy for it. That's it.